Boom shakalaka, with charts like this, it's hard not to be bearish. That is, of course, until you hear this. Stay tuned. What's up, everyone? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, a lot of very interesting charts for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, including why it is exceptionally hard right now to not be bearish, and the one thing that you do need to hear before you just sell everything and go hide under a mattress. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, join us on Twitter at @CryptoLove, and of course, subscribe to the Cool's channel on all of YouTube. Clearly evident by the number of subscribers we have, without a doubt. No channels with more subscribers. So, today, Fear and Greed Index at 65, down from yesterday's 74. Significant drop from last week's extreme greed of 80. The overall market down another 5% today. Bitcoin at 63,421, Ethereum at 30.93, BNB at 547, Solana 136, XRP 49 cents, Dogecoin 15 cents, Toncoin 620, and Cardano 47 cents. And Bitcoin, after breaking out of this side symmetrical triangle, has fallen down once again to support at the 61.8 fib level in the low 60s. Now, it should be noted that since the bottom, way back in November of 2022, each time that Bitcoin broke through the blue and the yellow line, the 21 EMA and the 50-day moving average, it did fall down to at least the green line in almost every case, except for this one right here. Nope, that one it fell down too. So, in almost every case, it did fall down to at least the green line, sometimes the orange line. Now, right now, the green line, $56,000. The orange line, $46,000. Now, both of these are approaching significant support levels like the 50 fib right here and also this long-term trend line right here. But if you notice, from underneath where Bitcoin price is right now, down to roughly $51,000 on the volume profile, it is empty right over there on the right-hand side of the screen. So what does this mean? Well, there are certain charts out there, and some people, especially when the price starts going down by just a touch, the bears get super duper vocal. Like they have stuff like this that they've just been sitting on and waiting for the price to drop, because clearly the peak this cycle, with so many more people knowing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and so much more money involved in cryptocurrencies, is clearly going to see the same levels as last time. That makes sense, right? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me, but maybe it makes sense to you. You can obviously let me know down in the comments why that makes sense. But if we take a look at this stuff, golden ratio multiplier, here it topped at 10, here at 9, 8, 7, 6. Well, next time it will be 5, and that was at $79,000, exactly where the price topped, which means that it's over. Now, not every chart will agree with that, but if we take a look at what's going on right now, the long-term holders and short-term holders. Long-term holders are in blue, short-term holders are in red. Long-term holders are offloading massive Bitcoin, but they've recently reduced distributions for the past 10 days. Does that mean long-term holders are done selling? Maybe. Maybe their price target was $60,000 to $70,000. Previous all-time high? Gee, you think? Quite possibly. Short-term holders continue to buy and outpace the selling pressure. Can't see how long-term holders continue to distribute in the low 60s. Yes, they wouldn't sell now, most likely. And Willy Woo, who back in March was saying, hey, the top has been hit. Right now, he's saying this is how the markets looked at him. $59,000 short-term holder support, this line, gray line right here. If this breaks, we move to a bear market. And coincidentally, that line is the same spot as the 50 fib right here and where the 100-day moving average is headed. So, very critical levels to keep an eye on right there. The CBD sell-off has peaked, which is coin value days destroyed. So the phase of up next, meaning that longer term, still weeks away from a proper bullish environment, but it seems like the coin value days destroyed sell-off has peaked, meaning that we would go up next. And he goes on to say, remember, the longer Bitcoin consolidates around the all-time high, which is what we're doing right now, the more coins that change hands between investors, cementing its price discovery. What this means is this creates formidable long-term support once we break it, and Bitcoin, being a $1 trillion asset, is here to stay. So this is a good thing. The price is staying around there. Makes for a tougher foundation to launch from. I guess you could say it that way. Now, if we take a look at the comparisons, this cycle is a red line, small red line. You can see it best right there. but it's the same one in every chart. Now, it's comparing with previous all-time highs, with ETF approval and halving cycle, with halving cycles, and with 4-year cycles. Now, all of these things, this one right here, yes, we're lagging behind all-time highs. This one right here, we are just in line for some all-time highs. These black dots are all-time highs. This one right here, we still have a long way to go before all-time highs, almost like a year, 100-some days. This one right here, almost a full year until we start seeing all-time highs. So 2 of these saying all-time highs are coming within 3 months to a year. This one saying we are due for some almost immediately, and this one saying, yeah, maybe we're lagging a bit behind. But none of them are saying that all-time highs have completely passed us. So why would this cycle be different? Right now, Bitcoin RSI reset is in progress on the daily chart. When the reset is done, Bitcoin's having a pullback, and we can see it right now. RSI is being reset after this happens. Pullback during it. After it happens, price launches back up. Once again, rinse and repeat. And if you think Bitcoin would be different from previous cycles, take a look at the last cycle. Look, as we approach previous all-time highs, found some resistance there, but after the consolidation, then the parabolic growth took off. So could we see the same scenario happening right now? Very, very likely. On monthly charts, same thing. Bitcoin shows a little pause near the last cycle top. You can see that each time right here where it just pauses for a month or two before resuming the uptrend, going from a normal uptrend to a strong uptrend, or phase 1 of the bull market to phase 2, all up territory of the bull market. Could be likely consolidation. And I think this is a key thing that a lot of people are forgetting, is that the halving is happening in just a few days. Historically, nothing happens for months after the halving. I remember the halving, the last halving right here, it happened in May. And you know what? Nothing happened until October. That is, in my mind, 5 months of nothing before it took off. We could be so far ahead of everything right now, thinking that the spot ETF rally was the beginning of parabolic rally, when in fact it may have just been a prelude of what's to come, being absolutely enormous, but we may not see it for 5 months. Certainly possible. Halving is coming, and right now, Bitcoin price at roughly $60,000 is roughly how much it costs to mine a Bitcoin at the time of the halving. Go figure. So, Bitcoin looking bullish, altcoins as well. Right now, altcoin market cap still on track. Every dip is a golden opportunity. We can see that this has just turned green right here. Each time historically it turned green, saw massive rallies. Not only that, after it turned green, we saw a 50% pullback here, 52% pullback here, 60% pullback here. Right now we've seen a 24% pullback here, and people are calling the end of the market. I think it's a little bit early, a little bit irrational, a little bit too soon, especially when you consider this, the Gunnar EMA, that on average has 8,000% gains each time it flags. Right now only has 100% gains. That's 1/80th of how high it normally does on average each time it flags. So big things are coming. We'll see what's going to happen. Could be going to zero. I'm not telling you to buy, not financial advice. But I think all the irrational bearishness, bears just love to be really vocal. I think, and they love the saltiness of crypto Twitter, and they love people when the sky is falling. And that's all that it is. So, just chill. If nothing happens by September, October, then fine. Bull market's over. But I still think we have a lot of time, particularly with that Hong Kong spot ETF approval and, the frenzy that comes around the holiday season. So, all of that stuff. That's all for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.